Thank you, everyone. My name is Elo-Rivera. I am proud to serve as the council member representing San Diego City Council District 9, which includes the College area, Kensington, Talmadge, Rolando, City Heights, Mountain View, Southcrest, and Mount Hope. I also have the honor of serving as San Diego City Council President. So thank you to Allison and Rick and everyone at Zero Waste San Diego for inviting me to speak today. Usually when I'm talking trash and spewing garbage on a Tuesday, it's at City Council, and I'll be doing that in a couple hours, but I'm glad to do it here with you all in a way that I think has us moving to some exciting shared goals. I'm going to quickly touch on some of what the city and our office is doing to contribute to a zero waste future. I know you have a full day planned. I'm really sorry we won't have time for questions because I do need to get to council. But please feel free to reach out to our office on this issue or any other. One thing that's important to note, zero waste goals, not in this group, obviously, but with others, are often a really overlooked component of the city's climate action plan. I know you know that, but we need to recognize that other folks don't necessarily see that. In the draft climate action plan update, the city will call waste-related policies as the circular economy. But whatever we're calling it, it's just as important to achieve our waste diversion goals as it is to move our transportation to our transportation mode shift targets. These things are both essential when it comes to hitting our climate action goals. And central to our efforts to achieving zero waste is implementing SB 1383, which is a state law that requires local jurisdictions to implement organic waste recycling. San Diego City staff has done a really good job gearing up for that rollout, and City Council has shown its support by budgeting millions towards its implementation. For example, we're investing in new trucks, additional staffing, and staff is developing implementation plans and educational material. But when our team looked a little bit closer at 1383 and the city's overall refuse collection system, we kept running into a major barrier in terms of having the sort of refuse collection system that we believe a climate forward city should have. And that barrier is what is referred to as the People's Ordinance. So for those not familiar, the People's Ordinance is an infamous section of the municipal code that governs city trash collection. Very short explanation is that the ordinance results in most single family homes receiving city provided refuse collection at no cost, and everybody else pays a private company to pick up their trash. San Diego is the only jurisdiction in the county that does not and cannot charge for refuse collection services. And we're the only major city in the state that has that sort of rule in the book and doesn't charge for it. Environmental impacts of this are many, and they're related to the city simply not having the resources that we need to offer services the residents they expect and deserve, and that would further our climate action plan. Here's a little example of how that plays out on the ground. The People's Ordinance, the so-called People's Ordinance, makes it really challenging to offer regular free bulk item pickup. So we can't offer weekly pickup for recycling either. We also can't offer free bins to people. Educational and outreach programs are limited. Staffing is a huge concern because the department's underfunded, and we're desperate for truck drivers and sanitation workers. And perhaps most importantly, especially for those of you who are here today, we are not able to do a pay-as-you-throw system, which would actually incentivize for generating less waste. So, just in one paragraph, I was able to tick off 5 or 6 different ways that the city's over 100-year ordinance restricting our ability to with respect to trash collection has a huge impact on us hitting our environmental goals. Implementing SB 1383 costs only make these matters more pressing. So the totality of this means one thing: the People's Ordinance is not environmentally or fiscally responsible, and for us to achieve our zero waste goals as a city, well, as a region, and for the city to play a part of that, the city has to address this outdated 100-year-old law. San Diegans deserve a responsible government that doesn't look the other way every single time. Every time an analysis is done and points to policies that aren't working, That's happened time and time again with respect to the People's Ordinance, and we're not turning our head the other way this year. So what we are proposing is a ballot measure for 2022, for November of this year, that would make refuse collection fees permissible. It wouldn't impose a fee. It wouldn't make a wholesale change to the system, but what it would do is remove the ban on the imposition of fees. And by doing so, it would untie the hands of the city to be innovative, to put forward pay-as-you-throw systems, to offer bulk item pickup, to replace bins so that we don't have the liquid from trash bins seeping into our stormwater system. We can't do any of those things under the current system, but we could if we amend the ordinance, and that's what we're trying to do. This is a law that was passed, and I'm not exaggerating here. It went into effect because of a scandal around pig farms. Horse and buggies were literally still on the roads, and that is the law that was on the books when the city of San Diego's most important trash collection law was written into law, and we need to change that. Once we do that, we can have some really exciting and I think robust discussions about what a 21st century world-class refuse collection system could look like in the city of San Diego. But we cannot do that in a meaningful way until we get rid of, or until we amend the People's Ordinance and allow the city to be more creative. So really, really quick, I just wanted to also say this. People often think that climate action involves sacrifice, and that might be true to a certain extent. That, but it's not nearly to the extent that people make it out to be. It's not, just that we receive some ambiguous benefit years from now by making a cut to something that we really, really love today. There are really, really significant climate action steps that we can take that can benefit us right now. And I would say that amending the People's Ordinance is one of the ways that we can do that. We can really lean into San Diego being an innovative, creative, climate-forward region that has a zero waste model that the nation and the world look to as a model, or we can stay stuck back in the horse and buggy times of the past. I hope we will take the step forward that allows us to hit zero waste goals, allows us to be innovative and to meet our climate action goals. So here's my pitch for you at the end here. I ask that you beat the drum on the People's Ordinance. Your leadership and voice is going to be really important on this. We expect to bring this proposal to the Rules Committee at the San Diego City Council in March. Second, please continue to communicate your vision of what a sustainable San Diego looks like. No one wants to be charged for trash. No one wants to be charged for anything. I get it. Like, I don't either. But if we can start to talk about what the better future would look like with the amendment to this ordinance, I really think people could get behind that. And you are the best folks, because you've given us the most thought to talk about what that better future can be. So again, I'm sorry that I have to jump so quickly. I've got to get to council. I really appreciate you having me. I appreciate you, this group's attention to this issue, your commitment to making the world a better, healthier place. And I look forward to partnering, I hope, with many of you to get that ordinance amended and to move San Diego into the 21st century when it comes to refuse collection. Y'all have a great day. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.